Hi, I'm Trisha.
And I'm Debbie.
This is Debbie. And we are going to do a trial labor for you today. So we are going to practice some breathing techniques. We're going to try different positions and also demonstrate what partner can do to help assist mom on her birth journey. So let's get started.
For this process, I'm going to be the partner. She's going to be mom. Okay.
Good. So we're going to start with some of those standing positions because these are the positions that are good to start with in early labor. You can use gravity to your advantage, and also helps to make the contractions a little bit more effective because baby's head is on your cervix, and so it's going to give you some stronger contractions. So
we're going to start with that slow breathing that we talked about, the in 2, 3, out 2, 3. Trisha's going to start with a cleansing breath as we start every contraction. We'll breathe through it. And then when she takes her second cleansing breath, that's my signal that her contraction is over. And as we said, partners, what do I do next? Hydration. Okay? So let's do our first contraction.
So the first position we're going to do is a slow dance position. So mom, you do want to put just your weight into your partner. All right. So anything that's comfortable for you, arms up, arms down. I'm going to start with my arms up and kind of just lean into my partner.
Now, partner, while she's doing this, you have access to her back if she needs it, access to shoulders if she needs it. Okay. And what else is Trish doing right now but swaying? We talked about getting into a rhythm, so I have to sway with her. So contraction begins.
I'm going to get my focal point, think of something positive, something to focus on visually, and I'll start my breathing.
In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. 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 Contraction ends. Trish is taking her cleansing breath.
And then at this point, because I did not do my relaxation during the contraction, this is when I would do my relaxation, is in between contractions. I could hold that position, or I could shake it off, stand up, and then I do my relaxation, making sure that I'm relaxed from the top of my head down to my toes. So visualizing forehead is my forehead relaxed, my jaw relaxed, my face relaxed, my shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed, hands relaxed, hips relaxed, are my legs relaxed, my feet relaxed. So then you try to keep your body as relaxed as possible before the next contraction. Of course, my drink. Perfect, thank you, partner. Now, again, we're gonna do another standing position, and we're gonna continue with this slow chest breathing.
All right, so on this one, I am going to do counter pressure. Remember, we talked about just giving straight pressure. She's going to tell me where it feels good, and then I'm just going to push during this contraction. If she didn't want me to do that, she doesn't have to stop and tell me stop. She just has to kind of wave me off. Okay? Contraction begins. Cleansing breath, focal point, and start your breathing. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. 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 Contraction ends. Big cleansing breath for me. Now, one of the things you have to remember whenever you're in a leaning position, keep your head down, okay? But then when you come back up slowly, almost like one vertebrae at a time, because you don't want to get lightheaded from that. Okay? And hydrate.
Excellent. Next position that we are going to do is going to involve a abdomen lift and effleurage. So for this one, partner would find a wall to lean up against. Mom, you're going to lean into partner, keep your arms relaxed, and then partner's going to bring their arms around, do a little bit of an abdominal lift, and or possibly some effleurage on mom's belly.
Remember, any good sensations go to the brain before the pain signals. So any kind of effleurage, any kind of gentle stroking can certainly help. It feels good for mom if she's having those round ligaments that are getting sore. You holding that baby up for a little while absolutely can help. So here we go. Contraction begins. Cleansing breath, focal point, and start your breathing. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. 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 Contraction ended. Now, in a real situation, I'm not going to say contraction begins. She's going to tell me, and the signal that I know that she's ready for me to focus on her is that she's going to take that cleansing breath. Now, Trish did a progressive relaxation last time. She can do that again, and partner, you can help with that. You can actually start and slowly work your way down. Bring your arms to her shoulders, down, all the way down her arms, okay? Then you can go to her back, down through her hips, and beyond. So you can actually be a focus for her so she can make sure she touches on all those spots. Okay. Next one we're going to do is a lunge.
Yes. Now, anytime mom is in this lunge position, partner, you want to make sure that you are right by mom in case she gets a little tippy, okay? So in this position, we're going to continue with that slow chest breathing as well. Okay, my contraction begins. Take a cleansing breath. Focal point.
Start your breathing. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Look at me, breathe with me. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Come on, stay with me. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. It's almost over, let's go. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In. All right, you made it through. Good job. All right, remember that positive reinforcement. Now, what happened with her was that she started to get overwhelmed by the contraction. Contractions are getting stronger. That breathing pattern might not be the one she needs for right now. So this might be a signal that she does her relaxation, she got some water. We're going to change position and we're going to up it to the next breathing pattern. Now, if you remember, the next breathing pattern is the pattern breathing. Ah-hee, 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 ah-hoo. Now we're going to go slowly because when we practiced earlier, Trish got a little lightheaded doing it too fast. So we're going to make sure that we keep it at an even pace now and understand that you'll be going a little bit faster. All right, so the next one she's going to do is a leaning position. Birthing balls are in all the rooms. Okay, we talked about leaning always lets the baby hang down, gets that pressure off of her back. Now I did the counter pressure already. This time, maybe she might want the heating pad. This is one of the ones they have in the hospital. The heating pad across her back. She might want cold here. We have ice packs also that we can use. Okay, and for this one, I'm going to do counter pressure on hip squeeze on her. I'm going to find the bones of her pelvic structure and I'm going to press in. So contraction begins. Cleansing breath, focal point, and start your breathing. Okay, contraction is over. Now, moms, one of the good things about using the birthing ball, and you don't have to do it on the floor, you can do it up on the bed, is that when you put your arms out to do an all fours position, you're putting a lot of pressure on your arms and on your neck. And this takes all the pressure off, takes all that tension away from the shoulders because the ball is taking it. Now she's doing her relaxation in between.
Now the next position we're going to do is going to be a squatting position, and it can be a supported squat by sitting on the ball, which we are going to do. But just to demonstrate, you can also use an unsupported squat by using a chair or a table and just using that to support yourself, but nothing is supporting your bottom. So if you notice maybe that your contractions are slowing down, doing a squat like this with a chair or on a table, or even going on the toilet and sitting on the toilet can be helpful as well.
And partner, you can get in the chair, okay? Put a pillow right here, and when she squats, you have access to her back too, okay? Now, moms, we understand squatting is more difficult on the legs, but you're in a whole lot better condition than we are. So we're going to use this.
And then I'm going to turn a little bit. And while I'm doing this, she's going to grab a relaxation script. And utilizing voice, sometimes that can be relaxing for moms. So this is just a way to demonstrate how partner could potentially be reading from a script while I'm doing the relaxation, and then it's kind of an imagery type of thing, and that I'm going to use as my focal point. So when I take my cleansing breath, that will be an indication for partner that they can start reading the script. Okay, here we go.
Close your eyes as you're breathing in and out slowly. Think of your favorite place. Picture yourself in this place. Notice everything about you. What do you see? Your favorite colors surround you. Are there other people in your place, or are you alone? Are there animals, plants, trees? What sounds do you hear? Is music playing? Or is there a sound of a stream? What do you smell? Now, when you do an imagery, you'll see that it brings in all the senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? So that is definitely occupying her mind while this contraction is happening. And she was still breathing, ahi, 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 ahu. But hopefully she's practiced enough that she doesn't need the breathing to focus on. She could focus on the imagery.
All right.
And
thank you.
You will notice that when you do this ahi breathing as opposed to the slower breathing, you get very dry, okay? Hospitals are notoriously dry, but breathing through your mouth definitely makes it a little bit drier. So that kind of triggers the ice or the water or whatever mom is doing at that point. But make sure she's still hydrating at this point.
Okay, at some point, you may find yourself needing to go lay into the bed. And that is okay, especially once you get into active and transition. So one thing you can utilize is a peanut ball. There are a couple of different options that you have depending on where it feels most comfortable for you. So you can have it down by your ankles. You can have it up between your knees like this. You can also angle it a bit, so you're kind of like hugging it as well. Okay. And again, communicating with dad. Do you need more pillows? Does partner need to move it lower, higher, around you? Doing massage in the back. So this time, Debbie is going to help by doing counter pressure and a little bit of a jiggling. So jiggling helps to keep those muscles loose here in the hip area.
So those of you who may have an epidural, this is one of the greatest tools for you to use in that bed, because what it's doing is it's keeping the pelvic structure open. She may not, partner, have full control over this leg. You may have to be the one that helps her to get it up over that peanut ball, but by doing that, you're still keeping that pelvis open for that baby to move down, because obviously you're not standing to use gravity at this point. And usually they'll keep you on one side for about 30 minutes and then the other side for 30 minutes too. So just giving baby that opportunity to vie for a position down that pelvic structure. Okay. All right, contraction begins. Cleansing breath, focal point, and start your breathing. Contraction ends.
Great. And the last one we'd like to show you is going to be a straddle. And we're going to straddle a chair. So again, this is kind of a supported squat. But I love this one because it exposes mom's back so that partner can do some massaging. And this time, Debbie is going to use a massage tool. And believe me, partner, if you have anything, you can use this. You can use a tennis ball. Sometimes your hands and your fingers get sore, so having something else to use is a really good idea.
Again, mom, you can put a pillow in front of you, anything. This can also be done on the back of the bed. So you can bring the head of the bed straight up and lean over it. Partner, if you have to get into the bed, you get into the bed, okay? That's not uncommon to be seen. So contraction begins. Cleansing breath, focal point, and start your breathing. Now at this point, she may start to lose it again, okay? These contractions are getting really intense, and you have to go back to being her focal point. So you're gonna have her look at you, open your eyes, look at me, breathe with me. Great. Almost over. Good job, you made it through it. Good job, okay? And then you may still have to give her a little extra because these are the strong contractions as you're getting into transition, and they're going to come back pretty fast. So if you're doing a relaxation, Mom, you may only get a little ways before the next one hits, but try and get rid of as much as possible because we want all that energy going to the uterus. And hydration.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us today. We hope that this was helpful, and good luck to you on your labor journey.